What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video we got the Traxas XO1 which I did my 100 mile per hour. I did my game right. So those of you got the XO1 and that has not done 100 yet, you need to go back on the floor, rerun your baby, and get that 100 before you pull out the ESC and the electronics and put it in another electronics. So I never got to push this baby beyond 100. Even if it gives me 110 mile per hour, that's good enough. And I did put a badass system in it, my Monster 8S. Got myself some foam tires, we created wings, we did all kinds of stuff. So in today's video, I want to show you guys what you probably seen my tubings on this baby. Tubings on the shocks. What I came to learn was these tubings inside, that I put them inside the shock with the shock oil, no longer want to work with shock oil, so I'm eliminating the shock oil on this baby as well. So this tubing with shock oil, once the shock oil gets in there, it's easy to maneuver this around inside the bore on the inner shaft of the shock. It compresses, it breaks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those tubings out of there and we're gonna see what they look like. And in the replacement of tubings, I got some flare fittings from a hardware store. Let me show you guys what we got here. Let me pull this out of the bag, and I just want to get two of them out so I can show you at least. So this is one of the pieces that I got from the hardware store. It's just a simple little fittings for this XO1 that I could put inside, and they're metal and there's some type of copper or whatever they are. They're not gonna compress. They're not gonna deteriorate. So I'm sure the stuff inside my shock has been deteriorated. It's broken and crumbed up and smashed up. My XO1 is no longer like it's supposed to be. One side is going too fast down. So I'm assuming that side is uneven, or the tubing has crushed itself. So let's pop the hood open. And at the end of the video, you will see that I do have bigger wings here. These flaps. The bigger they are, the better wind they're gonna hold, the air they're gonna hold, the better the car's gonna be stabilizing on you. So make sure you create bigger wings than I did. Anyways, whoa, I'm throwing this stuff on the floor. We got these foam tires, got by Gone Banana guy, and my ESC's out. Oh, it's not out, it's still in there, but we're gonna pull out that ESC, put in something else, because I am planning on using something else for this baby. Or maybe I will leave that in there. Anyways, this is what we got. And what we're going to do is, we're going to take out, I'm going to be showing you one shock at least that I'm going to do. And if this is not coming up, then I'm going to try to pull out another shock and see what it looks like. But we're going to take out one shock. You know what? Let's bring the camera closer. Take a look at this. Take a look at what's going on here. Okay, let me bring my lighting closer too. There you go. So zoom in. So as I'm pushing both of these down, but this side is going down more than the other, so I'm assuming this side it's not as stable as the other one. It's not even about going down that it comes up too far, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the shock. We're going to take out the two bolts on this baby, and then we're going to look on the inside of this XO1 shock, and I'm probably going to have to... Okay, that comes off. Let's see if I can get the bottom one out right from here, which I can, or I can't. There you go. Got it. So we got one of the shock out. We're going to push this baby to the side. Love this car, even though I never got it to run straight like I wanted to. But let's set up our camera to open this baby up together. So I'm gonna be doing all four, but I'm only gonna show you one, and it's gonna get a little messy here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this paper towel underneath here. We got our shock here, and it should be very simple to open this baby up. First, we're gonna unadjust the spring so we don't have a lot of load on our hands. And after that, we're gonna have to disassemble this whole thing, and we do need to take out this bottom. And once you got that off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this off. I'm sure you guys can manage all this stuff. So this baby's come off, and I like this little blue little damper here. But anyways, I need to pick up some tools so we can continue working. Okay, we're back. So what we need to do here is we need to hold this, and we are gonna simply, well, how can we do this? Okay, we can just simply, okay, there's so many different ways we could do it. We can even open this bottom up here, and okay, you know what, we'll do it that way, and we'll just pop this whole thing out. Okay, nope, it's not gonna work that way. It is not gonna work that way. We do need to hold this really tight, and turn this baby, if I can get it. There you go. So if you do put a scratch on your shock shaft, once it goes in and out on the seal, it is gonna leak. So try to catch it all the way in the bottom where this little damper is gonna sit. That way at least you're not damaging the shock. So I want to leave that there. What I want to do next is I want to open up the shock. It's very simple to open up the shock. You just twist the top and this baby comes out. So need to get a cup. Okay, got myself a little cup. What we're gonna do is we're gonna empty out the shock oil into this guy, and it's gonna take time. I usually leave this overnight, but today is gonna get messy. I just want to see how my shocks are looking in there, which is the plan. So I'm gonna hold this one more time. Just turn this all the way out. Okay, so no oil in these babies. And okay, so we got the bottom piece out. Let me zoom out a bit with the camera. There you go. So we got the bottom piece out. This is the bottom piece, and the base of the shock is out. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out the shaft itself. Oops, that thing fell. Okay, want to pick this up. I want you guys to pay attention. Look what happened here. See that little shock? The shock little guy has been stuck between this little damper that I use. So you see that? Look what happened there. It went inside there, and the rest of it is nowhere to be found. I did not put that much of tubing in there. I did not put this amount of tubing in there. So it's pretty much all gone. And there's stuff in here. There's tubing in here. Okay. There you go. There's the other piece of the tubing. There you go. There's the piece of the tubing. And I'm gonna record this a little bit with my camera because it doesn't have better visual with this camera. Okay, so there's my the tubings on this XO1. That's why it was just drifting to one side, and there's the other piece of it. So XO1 shock tubing is all destroyed in there. So that's what happened there. So that is a no-no, guys. So I would not recommend you guys do tubings. Even though I did a video on it, I thought it would be all good, but it's bananas. It's deteriorated completely. You can't even see it on the camera pretty good. There you go. The tubing is dead. So now to eliminate the need of that, what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these little guys, because I know I put this and this together. So it's about the same length, if you can see right there. So this was before. And there's the part of the tubing. And I still got to look in there. There's so much crap in there. And come on, baby. So there's so much stuff in there. You see that? There's the other half of the tubing. It's inside there. So there's the rest of it. And you don't want to do that on the shock tubings, okay? You do not want to put tubings on the shock. And it's going to break, especially with oil. And my XO1 just was going bananas. I had no type of control with this baby. And that's what happened. So we're going to replace this stuff, deteriorated and broke. And this is what we're going to do next. So That's what it is. Shock tubings inside the shock, they're not gonna work out. So one more thing I want to say, you see this little guy I had in there? This thing got stretched out. The mouth of it got stretched out compared to the other one. And this tubing just went inside there. Just like that. So anything plastic, rubberish, you don't want in there. And that's what happened there. The XO1 was never stable. I guess that'd be one of the reasons. Because if your suspension is not stable, nothing is going to be stable. So there you have it, guys. I pulled out everything, and I'm going to show it with this camera as well. If this camera can focus, there you go. That's what this stuff looked like on this XO1. And we're going to replace this tubings with this metal piece here. And with the love of the oil, I'm gonna put oil in this baby. I don't wanna, but I love oil. Anyways, that's what it is. So you at least guys got the point there, what we're going to be doing. So I am going to be taking off this little guy. We no longer need this. So pretty much, let me zoom out one more time. So pretty much, let's put this baby in there. Okay, these don't even fit. I'm going to have to get it wider ones. Okay, it's just a tip. So I'm going to have to just clean up the tip there. It's a little bored in. So I'm going to just straighten it up. That's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just straighten up the tip. And I'm going to get this in there. So I don't want to pinch this. So I'm going to just hold it with this. Maybe I'll put the... Alright, so what we're going to do here is... Just need to clean up the edges in the front here so it can drop in there. So that was a lot of force, I guess. It does have a lot of pressure. So these babies are gonna go in there somehow, some way. I'm gonna get this to go in. I'm gonna have to clean up the tip more, and then I'm gonna have this in there, and then we will continue. Okay, I completed this. So pretty much this is super tight. This is really, really tight, and the bottom is perfectly even. And sometimes I do need to put strap ties like that. But if you do perfect adjustment there, the stuff inside, I just need to replace this. Then it's going to equalize both sides. So I'm going to get a new one of these pieces and see how that works out. But other than that, I'm all set. I'm going to do the same thing in the back. The back is, as you can see, look, this is completely, it has, everything is gone in there. Everything is gone. All right, guys, I'm going to do the wings next. I'm going to do the shocks and then the wings next, and I will post up the rest of the video. Okay, I'm working on the second one. Look at that. That thing is crushed. Completely crushed. So there it is. Shock tubings crushed on the XO1. So just to update you a little bit, I was doing the back ones. On the back ones, I did have to trim these two little flarings up. So I did cut them evenly, and they're about this much shorter. So they're missing about that much of height, probably a little bit less than that, like a 3/4 of that. Anyways, that's what I'm gonna put in the back, and the car should be a little bit higher from the back and lower from the front. Oh, a couple of things I want to say. A lot of people are going to take off all this. They're going to remove the whole front end or take off all this stuff. To get these bottom bolts on these shocks, all you need to do is take it from the top, and then you lift it, and your tool's going to reach in there just like that. Very easy. Same thing on the other side. And it's the same process in the front. And that's how simple that is, okay? So don't worry about trying to remove all this stuff. If you want to remove it, be my guest. But there you go. We're right in there. So our little blue damper washer here was pretty much overlapping this guy. So pretty much, remember in the beginning I showed you guys what we did here. I did drill a bit here, so it's the same size as the other one. I got the other one in there already. You can see a little bit right there. Come on, there you go. Put this way. The shocks goes right back in there. No oil. I've been thinking about the oil over and over, over and over. No oil. Okay, is there anything else in there? Is there anything else in there? Let's see. There's nothing else in there. Okay, well, okay, there you go. There you go, that baby goes in. So nice and smooth. And I'm gonna assemble this right now in front of you guys as we speak. So I just want to put the whatever oil's in there, good. Be a little bit lubricated. We'll leave it alone. This top is bent here a little bit. I had a small little flip one time. Yeah, you know how XO1 is. It's always so flipping and flopping. So no more oil. If I do decide to put oil, that'd be good luck to me. Anyways, this little guy, I want to face it upward, like a triangle looking upward. I'm gonna grab this with my needle nose here, and this is gonna be super duper tight. And I did switch the spots where these bolts goes into the control arm, so I'm gonna show you that before the video ends. And I am gonna be creating the wings, so you will see the wings as well at the end of the video, the flaps of the wing. And you're not gonna see me cutting and all that, but you will see me at least have them on. So this baby goes on, and we're pretty much done here. Okay, I like to have this blue. If anybody know what the hell this blue little guy means, does it go on the bottom? Does it go on the top? Inform me and call me an idiot. And okay, this is the last thing, which is always the difficult part, to get this guy in there. And what we're gonna do is, once it's sitting there, we can use the force from the fingers, and there you go. And then I want to get this shock. It's your choice how tight you want this to be, and you're probably gonna have to hold up from the tip here, unless you get this really tight. So what I like to do, go all the way till it stops, or till they can't adjust no more. Okay, so we'll level up the car later on. And there you go, that's where we're gonna leave it. So we're only gonna have a tiny bit of absorbing. We do need a little bit of absorbing power there. So some rock, pebbles, or something the car wants to bounce a bit. Tiny bit is fine, just like that. And this baby's gonna go in the car, and then I will show you what it looked like. Okay, so I'm finished here. So what I did here was, instead of putting the spacers inside, I put them on the bottom, because then I realized sometimes you think stupid. Putting it inside was just dropping the car. I don't want to drop this car. This car is just perfectly good leveled height. You see that? In the front is pretty low. And as you go across, it just goes higher and higher. And what I did was I locked up the back. So I put two of those big, large pieces I had. One I cut and one of this. And I flipped it the other way around. So this thing has no squat to it whatsoever. Okay, tiny bit. And tiny bit, but other than that, you can't even really tell. This thing is solid. This thing is solid from the rear end. The front is pretty good, nice and tight and firm. And I do want to lock these up. I'm going to buy something that's going to hold these up. Just grabbing these and just yanking them forward, just like that. This one also is just going to be like something like a strap tie or something that can just grab this and pull it forward. Strap ties would be a good idea also. Anyways, that's what's gonna be. This is nice and tight. XO1 is back in business, and we're gonna put this baby. All I need to do is some wings. Okay, so the XO1 is all set. You guys can check the back wing. We put a big flap here. We went from this little flap to big flap. It is a good and critical part of aerodynamics and rear end control. So these once the wind catches in here, it just keeps the car from swirling, being a twirly from the back. Okay, so I am gonna put some type of screw here, so this is nice and solid. It doesn't move. Pretty much, it doesn't flap like that. So I am gonna probably do something about that. And anyways, this is one of the critical parts to keep your car straight. And the wind does help grab the rear end of the car. So at least the rear end is not just swerving to the right or to the left. Other than that, we're all set. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned for this baby to come up this coming up summer for some free runs.